Oyeho, the IGAD Executive Secretary. I would like to express our deepest appreciation to the ECOWAS leadership and to the government of Nigeria for hosting the IGAD team for this very important REC-to-REC learning mission. And here I wish to really salute the efforts of the ECOWAS ambassador to the African Union, Ambassador Oke, who's been instrumental in making sure that this visit happened. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development was established in 1996 to supersede the Intergovernmental Authority on Drought and Development, which was founded in 1986 to mitigate the effects of recurring and severe droughts and other natural disasters. Article 7B of the agreement establishing IGAD mandates member states to harmonize their policies with regard to trade, customs, transport, communications, agriculture, and natural resources, and to promote the free movement of goods, services, and people, and the establishment of residence. IGAD embarked on a journey to develop and adopt regional protocols on free movement of persons and transhumans in 2017. The aim of the protocol on free movement of persons is to achieve a progressive realization of a free movement regime in the IGAD region, and by so doing contribute as one of the African Union's 8 pillars to the realization of the lofty ambitions of the African Union as set out in its Agenda 2063, as well as in the protocol to the treaty establishing the Africa Economic Community relating to the free movement of persons, right of residence, and right of establishment. On this journey towards continental integration through, among others, a well-governed migration regime through a free movement of persons and transhumans, 3 key milestones have been achieved. One is that the protocol on free movement of persons in the IGAD region and its roadmap have been adopted by its member states. Second, the protocol on transhumans and its implementation roadmap has also been adopted. And thirdly, the Djibouti Declaration on Labor, Employment, Labor Migration has been signed, and the IGAD Ministerial Committee on Labor, Employment, and Labor Migration established. Excellencies, the free movement of persons regime in the IGAD region will facilitate options for secure livelihoods for populations living in fragile ecosystems and faced with adversity of frequent droughts and floods, the result, as we all know, of climate change, to which the IGAD region, as well as other regions on this continent, have contributed minimally. That is important to underline, I believe. In addition, a free movement regime will facilitate a higher volume of regional trade, improved access to social services, as well as improved governance of rural areas. The main pillars of the IGAD Free Movement Protocol is the promotion of a visa-free regime, the promotion of intra-regional labor mobility, and the actualization of the right of residence and the right of establishment. The protocol on free movement of transhumans will facilitate the safe and orderly movement of herders and livestock across international borders to access water and pasture, and to mitigate risks associated with such mobility, including transboundary animal diseases. The need for a regional protocol on transhumans in the IGAD region is premised on the understanding that seasonal mobility in search of water and pastures is paramount to the very survival of pastoral communities. The process of developing the IGAD free movement the IGAD protocol on transhumans borrowed heavily from its 1996 decision relating to the regulation on transhumans between ECOWAS member states. The learning mission rides on the uniqueness of ECOWAS. in its being the only regional economic community on the continent that has formulated specific, explicit policies and legislation for transhumance communities. In 2019, IGAD Secretariat organized a learning mission for 32 member state experts to Burkina Faso, one of your member states, to gain knowledge on cross-border mobility and legal frameworks on transhumance that exist in the Sahel region. This mission was organized and hosted by SAILS in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Excellencies, the two protocols on the IGAD policy represent the IGAD policy response to multiple challenges in its pursuit of peace, security, and ultimately development in our region. Both protocols reflect the commitments of all IGAD member states to continental and regional legislation, policies, and programs on free movement of persons and transhumans. We also expect that the protocols will provide a platform that enhances the implementation of the AU protocol on free movement of persons in Africa. The AU continental policy, a framework on pastoralism, as well as the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, the AFCFTA. The progress that IGAD and ECOWAS member states have made in the two thematic areas of free movement of persons and transhumance reflect regional similarities and efforts to deepen regional integration for peace and development. Excellencies, distinguished participants, I wish to conclude where I started by expressing IGAD's deepest appreciation to the ECOWAS Commission for hosting us and allowing us to truly advance on this continental agenda of inter-reg collaboration, a goal that the AU espouses and encourages all member states, all regs to pursue. I know His Excellency President Toure was a bit overwhelmed at the size of the delegation, and he even pointed out to me that we had a recent delegation from EAC and it was just 6 people. Why does IGAD need to bring in 50? And I told His Excellency that there's great enthusiasm among IGAD member states to learn from recs that are more advanced on this topic, such as ECOWAS. And I think with that kind of argument, there was no way President Toure could have said no. So he gladly accepted to make this visit happen. And through you, Madam Vice President, I really want to ensure that we convey our gratitude, the gratitude of His Excellency, Dr. Wakne Gebeyehu, to IGAD to ECOWAS for hosting us on this important study visit. I also want to conclude by urging the delegates from the 6 IGAD member states that are part of this study visit to ensure that we strive to be worthy students during this week, learn as much as we can from ECOWAS, go back home, and perhaps do it even better than ECOWAS has done it. So let's be worthy students of ECOWAS during this study visit. And I wish us all fruitful deliberations today and for the rest of the week. I thank you for your kind attention.